G'day folks, I'm in a very, very special place. I'm in remote South Australia in a place called the Painted Desert. I've driven past here about 5 years ago and I never thought that I'd get the chance to actually travel through the desert, and here I am about to do just that. It's early morning, the sun is just coming up over the horizon and it's making beautiful pink and blue patterns on the sky. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing the Painted Desert. Hear that? That is absolute silence. Absolute silence. So let's go hit the road and see what we can see. Not too many people have heard of the Painted Desert. It is located in the northern part of South Australia, roughly between Oodnadatta and Coober Pedy. It is an extremely remote, desolate and ancient landscape, and I'm looking forward to exploring it further. So I've been travelling for a few kilometres now, and you can see these tyre marks cutting up the track. And I expect that these tyre marks will keep on going for quite a long time. Now obviously the only way that this could have been made is if there was a lot of water around and the track had turned to mush, which is exactly what happened. Now the Painted Desert is right next to a town called Oodnadatta, which is famous for being the hottest, driest town in Australia. It basically never rains. But in 2022, earlier this year, the town got completely surrounded by water and they were cut off from the rest of humanity essentially. And so whoever was going through here had a real struggle, and the challenge for me is to try and not get my tyres into these grooves, because then it kind of throws my car around. As they were driving through all this soft mud, you can see the tyre tracks are squiggling a bit, and so that makes my car move left to right as well, and I don't want that. It makes it a lot harder to drive, so I'm trying to drive with the wheels on the raised parts, and yeah, a little bit challenging at times. Oh wow, coming up in the distance I can see the hills of the Painted Desert. I can't wait to get up close. This is what I'm here to see. This is what I'm here to see. I saw this 5 years ago when I took a flight over Lake Eyre and it passed over the Painted Desert, and it looked amazing from the air. This is the Painted Desert. The colours that you see are created by erosion, slowly exposing different minerals in the hills. And I never thought that I'd actually get to drive through the area and experience it close up, but hopefully this truck will pass close enough to those hills to have a good look at it. Behind me are the hills of the Painted Desert. This is exactly what I've come here to see. The surrounding countryside is completely flat. Flat as a pancake in all directions, except there. So if we can get a little bit closer down the track, we can see that the hills are banded, horizontal bands of different colour, and these are the different minerals as they were laid down a long time ago, and now they've eroded away into these nice undulating hills. Technically it's not a hill, it's a mesa. A mesa is an isolated flat-topped elevation. Really amazing. I'm so glad I'm here. I've travelled a long way to see this. You can see a kangaroo up ahead, 2 of them. As you can see from the dust behind me, we've just been driving along this creek bed. You can tell by the walls on either side, sheer vertical walls and very, very soft silt on the bottom. So the road through the desert, in this part of the desert at least, is through the creek bed. It's the only way. So I assume that the creek is never full of water, otherwise you wouldn't be able to get through. There's a farm up ahead and there's nothing in that direction. And so the actual road itself, there's a dry creek bed. I continue my drive through the dry, desolate nothingness. And as is so typical of the Australian outback, when you least expect it, you see something interesting. This is quite amazing. What a place. Wow, that is absolutely spectacular. Look at that. 100 million years ago, this was all at the bottom of the ocean. 80 million years ago, the sea levels dropped, exposing these vast flat plains and ridges. Notice that all of these rocks are small and rounded, like you would see on some beaches. Great big valley opening up before me. Wow. How amazing is that? What amazing scenery! I continue to make my way through the desert. It's getting towards mid-morning and the temperature is starting to soar. You can see behind me more clearly the colours of the hills. You can see the distinct layers of colour there. What an absolutely amazing place. Well, as luck would have it, I found a little side track that actually allows you to drive 1 kilometre up into the hills. They are known as the Arkaringa Hills. So let's go take a closer look. So we're driving up into the Arkaringa Hills and my God, they are spectacular. Now there's no free camping allowed in the desert. However, there is a property called Arkaringa Station and you can camp by permit on the station itself. And I would have loved to have done that last night, but by the time I got to Oodnadatta, it was just too late in the evening to find my way out here. Hopefully you can get to see on camera the different colours in that hill over there. Different minerals, it's amazing. I like the fact that instead of putting in a sign, they just make arrows out of rocks. That's a nice touch. Not introducing any man-made objects to the environment. Alright, the going is getting tough here. There's quite a lot of loose rocks to climb. Here's an example of all the loose rocks that these hills are made of. Wow, that is so amazing. So many minerals making up these hills. Layers of sediment and minerals were laid down when this was all underwater. The layers were then protected by a crust, which is slowly being eroded away, exposing the minerals and colours we see today. You've got sandy white, starting to go yellow, bit of dark brown rock there, bit of greenish stuff there, red stuff there, really white stuff over there, brown, all sorts of colours, all sorts of minerals. What an amazing place. Oh my God. That is absolutely jaw-dropping. Wow. That is just amazing. Looks like I'm on just about the highest peak here. It feels like I'm standing on top of the world. What an amazing place this is. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I feel so privileged to be able to be here. Because this is something that maybe 0.001% of the world's population get to see, maybe not even that. You know, this is so remote that not many people come out here. Hardly anyone does. And it is so amazingly beautiful. It's a long way to come. But so worth it. It's one of the best things I've ever done, I think. Wow. It is so worth it. So this whole area was once underwater. And you can see the ripples in the ocean floor, which was the ocean floor once, is now obviously the desert floor. But when you get up high like this, you can actually really clearly see the ripples. And when the ocean level dropped, all this was exposed and it remained. Wow, there's a sheer vertical drop in front of me. A couple of 100 meters down there. And you can see how flat the desert is. I need to hold my hat because it's very windy, but forget the Grand Canyon, guys. The Grand Canyon has nothing on this place. This is beautiful, this is remote, this is untouched by busloads of tourists. Hardly anyone ever comes here. Look at that. And that is why I rate this better than the Grand Canyon, because of the remoteness and isolation. It is just untouched by humans. Time to push on. I don't want to leave this amazing place, but We've got to make some tracks of our own. I've got places to be. You know, someone can just get rid of the flies. It would make it perfect. That's my only request. That's my only one complaint. Get rid of the flies, and then it's perfect. Wow. That's spectacular. You can see here a good example of the different colours in the rocks. It's like the rocks are stained with different minerals. Look at that one. The one rock just changes colour throughout. Amazing place. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave because, strangely enough, I feel at home here. I feel at one with the place. It's like I've come home. That's the feeling I'm getting, that this is where I want to be. Australia is such a wonderful, amazing country. Apart from the flies. It's just jaw-droppingly beautiful. I'm definitely coming back. Okay, so we've just come to a fork in the road, and I thought I'd show you how I'm navigating. So I'm using my HEMA navigator here, and I want to get to this place here. So we are now at a fork in the road, and we have to turn right. Now I've also got HEMA maps on my phone here, and what I normally do is I have this on the zoomed out view so I can see the overall progress and I know that I'm heading in the right direction. And then I have this on the zoomed in view to get the finer detail of where I'm actually traveling, just in my immediate surroundings. So together with that view and that view, I generally know exactly where I am. So let's go right. So if I were to continue on, that would take me to Coober Pedy. That's too much of a detour, so I'm not going to go that way. We're going this way. One of the things I love about solo travel through the Australian outback is the isolation. I actually really enjoy driving by myself through this spectacular scenery. There's no traffic, you can just get lost in your thoughts and soak up the surroundings. I absolutely love it. As we slowly make our way out of the desert, the landscape starts to change and resemble the typical Australian outback of this area. There are less coloured hills and more vegetation. More vegetation means more animals, and look what I've just found. Oh my god, look at the size of this guy. This is a parenti, Australia's largest goanna, also known as a monitor lizard. They can grow up to 2 meters long and live for up to 40 years in the wild. Luckily, this one looks to be just over a meter long. Just look at that tail. It was only in 2005 that goannas were discovered to have venom glands similar to snakes. They don't have enough venom to cause serious harm and lack fangs to inject the venom into prey. Nevertheless, goannas have a great deal of bacteria in their mouths. A bite will often turn into a nasty infection. So caution and a healthy dose of respect are called for if you see one in the bush. I'm staying well back from this one. I actually have my camera on a long boom pole so I don't frighten it. Wow, you are huge. Wow, enormous. It's like a meter long. What an absolutely spectacular place. I am so glad I came this way. It's better than I thought it was going to be. It looked spectacular from the air, but driving through this place, it is so amazing. So, as luck would have it, I screwed up. When I was recording the final bit for the Painted Desert video, I accidentally had the mic on mute and I didn't realise that I created a silent video. So I didn't actually realise that until about 8 hours later. I had driven many hundreds of kilometres and I was reviewing my footage, and I realised that the last 2 videos that I did of the day, I had screwed up and no audio. So I'm recording that bit now in the Northern Territory, out of context, but I had to do an ending somewhere. So the Painted Desert was an amazing place. I hope that I've inspired some of you to go and check it out. It is worth going, and the best way to do it is to go to Oodnadatta and then find your way from Oodnadatta to the Painted Desert Road and then drive through it. You can also go the other way. You can go from the Stewart Highway, take the turn off onto the Painted Desert Road, and that will also take you through the Painted Desert. It's an amazing place. I definitely will be back because it's just one of those places that you will have no words. I literally have no words. It is jaw-droppingly beautiful, and I'm so happy that I had the chance to go and have a look at it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you watched it to the very end, thank you so much. It means the world to me, and I will see you in the next video. So until then, take care guys. Bye bye.